guys, Annie here, and welcome back to another bookish video. So for today's video, I'll be doing the International BookTuber Tag. So I was tagged by the Bookish Land. She is a booktuber from China, and you guys should definitely check her out. I'll put a link to her channel down in the description box below, and also a link to the original video. So this tag has 9 questions, and I think it's really interesting because it's all about, you know, how it is to be an international booktuber. And as you guys know, I am Filipino, so I pretty much qualify for this. Alright, first question. Where are you from, and what is your native language or languages? So as I mentioned, I am from the Philippines, specifically in the island of Panay in the province of Iloilo. So my native language is really Hiligaynon. I actually made a video where I spoke in my native language, but I grew up learning the national language as well, which is Filipino, or better known as Tagalog. So I can speak Hiligaynon and Tagalog. Question number 2. In what languages do you read books? I mostly read books in English. We were colonized by the Americans before, so English is really a big part of our lives here in the Philippines. If you take a look at my books behind me, they're all in English, but I have also read books in Tagalog or Filipino, and I've also tried reading in Hiligaynon. Third question. Is there booktube in your native language? And if so, what is the community like? Well, there isn't really a booktube in my native language per se, like Hiligaynon, no. But there is a small group of Filipino booktubers that's growing here in YouTube. We come from different places. Me from Iloilo, and some of them from the north, from the south. And just a few months ago, we decided to, gather and form this group called Philborgs, which means Filipino Booktubers Organization. So if you're a Filipino booktuber who's watching this right now, you're very much invited to join the group. Just look us up in Instagram, and we'll be happy to, welcome you in the community. And another thing, some Filipino booktubers choose to use Tagalog or Filipino in making videos, but in my case, I just decided to stick with English since I'm more comfortable, and I think it's faster if I just speak in English. Question number 4. If there is a booktube community in your native language, why did you decide to join the international one? Well, I joined BookTube back in December of 2017, and back then I didn't know any Filipino booktuber. The only ones I knew were from, Australia and America and just other parts of the world, but nobody from the Philippines. So I guess I just jumped into the international one because I didn't know anybody from the Philippines who was also joining BookTube. But it came later, eventually, as I stayed longer here in BookTube. I got to meet more and more Filipinos, and I'm just so delighted whenever I meet a new one. So yeah, maybe as of the moment, we may be small in number, but we are excited to grow. Question number 5. Are there any struggles or challenges for you as a non-native English speaker? Of course, I did mention that I prefer speaking in English here in my videos, but that does not mean it's easy. It's hard. Oh my gosh. When I first started making videos here on BookTube, I would have a dozen retakes. Like, I would struggle finding the right words to say, just trying to explain something. It's hard. Although I grew up speaking in English, and most of us here in the Philippines are very, familiar with the language, I still cannot help but feel limited sometimes, especially when I'm doing book reviews or talking about the synopsis of a certain book. It's still hard. Question number 6. How do you get hold of English books? I'm sorry if my answers are a bit repetitive, but as I mentioned, English is a big part of the Philippines, so it's not really that hard to get a hold of English books. Although, those who live in the capital city of the Philippines, in Manila, they're a bit luckier because they have more selections there, unlike those of us who live here in the province. We have novels and stuff like that here in our bookstores, but the selections are very limited. So getting a hold of English books is not the problem, but I guess it's just the variety and the selections. Question number 7. What is the best thing about being part of the international community? For this one, it says here you can answer in your native language and add subtitles if you want to. Okay, I think it'll be fun to speak in Hiligaynon this time. Sige, so ang nanamian ko gid sa international community, kay dumasdamo ko bala makilala nga halin sa ibang nga lugar, nga lain ilang nga kultura, ilang nga lengguwahe. So, biskalari lang ko sa balay, do feeling ko gagwa ko gyapon kay syempre sa YouTube wala do amo na damo ka makilala nga hindi lang sa Pilipinas, hindi lang sa imong lugar, kundi sa iban man nga nasyon. Kag ano naman ako gid siguro kay paagi man sa ila, mas damo ko libro nga na-discover or mas damo ko nga mga author nga nabalaan. So, amo gid na ang pinaka nanamian ko sang bago pa lang ko diri nag-start sa inyong community kay amo na nagdako gid ang akon circle of friends kag ang mga recommendations nga mga libro ay amo gid ang pinaka na-enjoy ko sa tanan. Okay, I think I cheated in number 7 because I spoke mostly in Hiligaynon, but with a little bit of English. Okay, let's move on to number 8. Do you watch other international booktube channels? Shout out a channel that you found recently. Of course, I watch a lot of international booktube channels, and I think 70% of the booktubers I watch are from other countries because, as I mentioned, there's not a lot of Filipinos yet. And the booktuber that I just recently found is Sam. Her channel name is Cozy Afternoons. So I found her channel through my other friend, Lori, from Lori and Thomas. So I hope you guys go check out Sam's channel. All the details will be found below. Now for the last question. It says here, tag your fellow international booktubers. So there are so many people that I want to tag right now. I'll just put everybody's name down in the description box because there's just so many to mention. So if you're watching this video and you see your name, it means you're tagged. Alright, so that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you liked it, hope you give it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!